one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Copeland.
Here.
Martin. Here. Tony. Here. Gray.
Here.
Holtz.
Here.
Best.
All right, 6 board members present this evening. Take a look at your agenda real quick. Line item number 5, electric department tree trimming bid. We're going to table that into the next meeting. If there's no other changes, is there a motion to approve the agenda? Motion by Grady. Second by Holt. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Straight into citizens participation. Are we in, sir?
That be me?
Yeah, come on.
All right. Well, I didn't know it was going to make the Cuba Free Press, but lower barrel.
Oh, very nice.
We had a conflict Friday the 20th. The morning of that Friday the 20th, the first truck came in about sometime around 9 o'clock, drove all the way down to the end, met our lady who was coming out with a little puppy saying, no, don't drive in my driveway. So he backed out all the way back out of the meadows, and he took the barrel over to Randy Mace's, and then he drove down the highway with it.
Oh.
So it was around the corner, so you guys did put it back up and replace it for us, thank you. At that same incident, I was coming out at 10 o'clock and I ran into two 18-wheelers used dark. One person got into the meadows there because the barrel was gone.
Mm-hmm.
And then he waited, the second one blocked his traffic. It was just quite a scene. So that's when I came up and I reported it to the city, went over and saw down McGinnis, and we're going to go ahead and I got a deal here that we want to go with a barrel.
Okay.
A wooden barrel from down McGinnis.
So, like this illustration here?
Yeah, you got one.
Okay. I don't know if the other council members received this or not.
Okay.
I'll look at it.
The post we would put for the sign would be the same one with that sign in the back there that has kids playing. It's, slow down, kids playing. So that would be the post we would use on the barrel.
Okay.
Fill the barrel full of sand, roll it over on side, bung hole, fill it with sand. Seal it, put it back, lean it on its top, then take the post that's there and bolt it. We may have to shorten the height, but bolt it to the barrel. Okay, that'd be about, what do you think, guys, weight-wise, a 100-pound, 100-gallon barrel, so that's a lot of weight. It would take something to move
it. Would hurt the front end of their truck if they decided
right, so to move it. And so Don said that's the only way we can access that. No concrete, swells and all that stuff, rock, waste of space.
All right.
So he said fill it full of sand, lean it on its top, cap everything because it's solid. You don't want to put any holes in the barrel. So this is what we decided out as a group. They don't want the street sign, they want it to stay where it's at for our streets, PD and what's our one? Review.
That's what breakaway sign, we really can't take
Right,
that sign
we
away
don't mess
from
with that.
and
But
bring it inside.
all right, this is, you all I believe know Brian Mullally, he is the president of our organization. And we will just have post-its in the back there that has no use where it's at.
Yeah, it's not being used for anything else.
Right, other than
Help
holding
yourself.
that sign for the kids, which will come up front. And then to finish the package, we'll go down to St. James and get a solar light for the top. So that way we have lighting on that post. We can't leave it dark.
Right.
Or else we're just asking for our own problems of losing barrels.
So are you not afraid that they'll knock that barrel out in the middle of DD?
Not coming out.
Is it the right solution? I don't know.
Right.
We're
Better than
gonna
a
try something. I don't know if that's the answer, but we're just taking a step towards it.
We can mount it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
You don't like the idea of the concrete cone like the intersection done by,
and then maybe an answer later on. This is just
so
something.
that full concrete, they won't move it.
I know that.
Right.
We're just
Yeah.
taking, the members of the association are taking a look at, this is our design, it's a country field. The barrel would give it that, we put flowers on top of the barrel. media center meeting.
It's worth a shot.
And then, like I said, I agree with you now,
Yeah,
maybe
that
we could
cheap
both
might
have
have
been
it.
mounted into the, blacktop.
Yeah.
Drill it down.
Well, just a question on the police side of this report, right? Does the city, become responsible after it's put up and put in there? If we have a tractor trailer that runs into a bus that stands everywhere, who cleans it up? The city trying to clean it up and rebuild it? Or is that gonna be recurring on the subdivision it's gonna be doing? I need to know who's gonna be the victim here. Is the city gonna be the victim of the property damage, or?
Yeah. But,
I mean, because the subdivision can't be the victim.
yeah.
Well, person or
yeah.
entity.
That's where I was talking to Brian coming in. We have to set a precedent to that. We have to pay for your man hours to come in and clean up our mess, not ours. We're trying to work this out to where, like Don said, we'll get another barrel. But yes, if there's a hit and a mess, then we don't have the means, but we have the possibility of figuring out man hours.
Yeah.
That way, every time we come up, and then that's what the trucking firm or an individual would have to find and pay.
Sure.
At the end of the day, those are city streets.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't mind sending our guys out there to help clean it up if they.
They're not very thick, it's not very thick asphalt either. So it also is our responsibility to keep the trucks from tearing up our streets.
I agree. And it sounds like you guys are willing to, put a lot of work into a possible solution. So in my opinion, yes, if you guys want to move forward with this, by all means, go ahead.
Okay.
If a tractor trailer piles into the damn things and turns it to a million pieces, now we got a big sand pile, let us know, or our crew will get out there and clean it up.
Right.
It's a city street.
And then we'll.
But then we might have to be like, okay, well, we tried this, now we might need to try something a little bit more permanent, but.
Yeah, this is just a step, that's all, we're gonna solve a problem, we may
Because
not.
this is that 20.
You got something?
I would just say that it is a city street, so
Yeah.
if there's damage to the street, it's our street, we're the victim.
Yeah, exactly.
The only, I mean, if you
The
catch,
property has to be ours.
if you catch a tractor trailer, now you can file insurance, and we've done that. But if a guy comes at 2 in the morning, he rims around, and he takes it out, and you don't catch him. then
An officer
you
on
have to-
patrol would be the first to find it.
Yeah.
Brian, you'll have to be a night watchman at the gate.
I know,
Well, what's, council, if you want to entertain a motion to allow them to proceed with their project, it sounds like you guys will just take care of it from here on out.
We'll try. I mean,
If you need help, like ordering that specific no truck turnaround sign,
we have both signs, sir.
okay,
We have both signs. We have the post. We may need help on cutting the post as far as a machine.
yeah, I'll let us know, we can probably help.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion, we'll move on with it.
I'll second.
Hey, motion about, like my hope, go ahead, move forward with your project. I'm confident that,
It's been 1
nice
month.
and all that.
And that's.
And let's just hope it doesn't get blown into smithereens. If it does, we'll try again.
And if not, we go with the third option was the concrete.
Right.
They have to run over it. Like your sets are on the ground.
Yes.
Any other questions or comments in regard to that, council? Before we take it to a vote? All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Thank you guys. I appreciate your time.
Truck runs over one in concrete, they probably carry accident.
You stop
I
by.
have a feeling it's probably gonna get hit eventually, but let's see what happens.
Why can't you fill the barrel with concrete?
Huh? I guess you could.
I mean, to me, permanently fixing the barrel to the street with concrete would.
I'm worried about two things. As long as the city becomes.
Yeah, it's concrete instead of sand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about those things?
Maybe it's a cost thing.
You can buy water barriers that look like the road construction things. You fill them up with water, you hit it with a car, water splashes it. I'll still purchase them.
We'll see what happens. They're willing to build,
They're wanting
so.
it to be a permanent fixture, so make it a permanent fixture.
Who's liable for that if somebody hits it? If
The person who hits it is.
You are.
Am I, the city jumped their damn barrel in the road for me to hit. Do we have a city yard or something that can protect this?
No, you don't have to.
Okay.
You have sovereign immunity. And hey, don't hit stuff with your car.
Especially things that have a light and say no truck turnaround.
I mean, you're always responsible for whatever your vehicle's
Right.
doing.
I know, I'm talking about my car.
Alright, Missy, do you have something for citizens?
No.
Just here to hang out,
Yep,
take it all in?
yep,
Very good,
trying to learn.
very good.
Good luck.
Regular meeting minutes, October 17th, 2023, motion to approve those.
Motion.
Motion by Martin, second by Faust, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed. As well as the bills to be paid. Are there any questions about the bills to be paid this bill cycle?
Motion to pay.
Motion by Faust, second by Honey, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed. All right, water department, looks like we have a bid for a backhoe. So this was one of the items that was not originally put in the budget, and then they decided they weren't gonna get a dump truck, so they took some money from the dump truck expense, added a few dollars to it, I think, through a budget revision that we just recently passed, and now we have a bid for a 2023 John Deere backhoe from, again, John Deere, might just be one bid here. So one single bid, it looks like.
That's the only one. And he said that's because it's a state bid, and that's the only one you can get.
Okay.
So is there no trade?
Doesn't look like there's any traded value put towards this bid. I would think the plan would be to probably try to sell it. Does anybody from our committee
I
get?
thought the argument was we were gonna get this.
Is there a trade-in? What did they exactly
No,
trade?
there's not a trade-in. They're passing down the current one to the electric department, and we're going to put the electric department, we're gonna sell it, and Ron believes that that's worth $20,000, and we're gonna put that money toward the dump truck in the future.
Gotcha.
With the council's approval.
So probably next budget.
Yeah. And the argument to me, because wasn't for it, was, where else can you upgrade a wore out backhoe for $40,000? Because that's all they were gonna allow us trade in on the.
Gotcha.
In the electric department, I called Andy, they do use the backhoe quite a bit. They clean their own brush up when they put in power lines and stuff. And, he likes to use that to dig underground. So.
Okay.
So there's a need for it, so. Did I leave anything out, Kevin?
Do we have any motion to move forward with the bid from John Deere for $128,999.98?
I'll make the motion.
There's a motion by Faust. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Coulter. Any other questions, council? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposition? Okay. Get it back over. That takes us to City Hall committee recommendations. And Lenny, I'll let you describe that for us, if you'd like to, or your committee.
You just did. So we had budgeted and requested a new front desk module for our computer system. It's a cloud-based and it will do our credit cards, our ACH. It's a much upgraded need that we've had, and we budgeted for it, and it is all. Jennifer said it was good because our email subscription will go up next year because of it, but it's in the budget, and she said it was fine. And we do have some things that we're still checking into, like how it will work. There's a few charges that we're questioning that we're gonna look into, but we would like to move forward with it. And we did meet with our committee to move forward with this new module.
Motion to move forward with it.
Okay, motion by Faust, go ahead and make the purchase of the new computer module. Second by Honey, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? There you go.
Thank you. I'm pretty excited.
Mr. Chief, what do you have for us this evening, sir?
A lot. Cameron's working at, with Nano Trees, Washington, waiting on a certified letter to be received. Whatever that is, he didn't tell me what that was, we just waiting on a certified letter. 602 Oak has cleaned up their front, but they're still working on the back yard, but they're making progress cleaning that address up. 613 School has been mowed and taken care of. Still trying to get a hold of Mr. King for the house on Main Street that he's working on. He didn't tell me which house that was. And trying to find the owner for the vehicle on Ridge. So he hasn't spoken to any of my officers about trying to figure out who the owner is of that vehicle on Ridge. So I really don't know what he's talking about there. So, but he's working on it.
602 Oak, did he get a hold of the owner of that house, or is that the community putting out the order?
Not 100%. He didn't tell me. He doesn't really go through everything he's doing with me.
That's when the
Just sends it
neighbors
to me.
kicked in to clean it up so the property value starts decreasing, but I don't think we still got a hold of lady owns it.
Probably not. He didn't tell me for sure if he did or not. I have, if you want to read it, tell me if you don't want it, a new social media policy that I'd like this council to approve. I don't know if you want to approve it tonight, read it, look over it, but, you know, we have social media going around, and I want to put in a policy, basically, well, you can read it, not allowing social media, the use of city cameras, the use of city vehicles, city uniforms, city anything. Basically, it's all outlined there unless they have the approval from me to use such videos made by or created by the city's cameras and things like that. So,
Is this pertaining to the police department?
yes, it does pertain to the police department. We do have a city policy manual that we have for the police department. I just want to be able to add this to it. Yeah.
Did you have Lance a copy?
Yes, Lance has a copy of it. I have already made the order at the office not to be and basically follow it, even though it's not in our policy manual. They do have a directive not to be using those things and start following it. But yeah, actually, it would be good if it need any corrections or something that needs to be rewrote for sure.
So we can put it on links for like the next meeting, for example, and then if the council so wishes to, they could approve, make a motion to have this added to the police department employee policy meeting.
And that can be done by motion, it doesn't need to be done by ordinance.
Okay, so we just simply make a motion to have it included, so it doesn't sound like it would take that much to have it added. Just give us some time to review it in case we have a question.
Make sure that I've included or something.
You make a note for the next agenda. So it'll be on the next agenda, council. Probably not a good idea to have something set in place, and this also might give us an opportunity to model something
Well,
very similar.
after talk with Wayne and stuff like that, and might be able to model something.
Exactly, for all city employees. Sure. Okay, thank you for bringing that to us.
Christmas is coming around the corner. I believe they're looking for chamber, looking for street closures for the Christmas parade. That always starts at Wagon Wheel up to Smith Street and then down Smith to school to be closed, or when that road closed in the evening. Now, I don't have the exact time that Christmas parade starts and finishes.
Did they
It's
give you a
usually
date
about
yet?
an hour. It's usually around 6 o'clock, I believe.
Do they give you a
Is
date?
it Friday evening this year?
It is Friday, yes,
I
sorry,
wanna say
I didn't give you a
it's-
date, December 1st, it'll be Friday evening, is when they will be doing the Christmas parade.
Okay.
Motion to close the street for them.
Yeah, from Wagon Wheel to Smith and Smith to School Street.
If we need that in the motion.
Yeah, I mean, we normally do. Well, we don't for the city parade every year. It just happens.
We only do street closure on Smith, right? Or we have to get state approval for 66, I think.
I think, see, it's our responsibility on one side of the four-way.
One side is ours. And the
Yeah,
other
this
side is
side it's the city responsibility, that side it's the state responsibility.
I'm
They
not
might
sure
wanna
how we
reach
do
out to
all
the
the
locals.
parades and stuff like that, I think somebody does.
I think we have to
Contact,
contact state.
I mean, I suppose we can go ahead and make a motion to allow the chamber to have the necessary city street closures, keyword being city street closures, Friday, December 6th from parade time till parade conclusion. And then be sure that they reach out to MoDOT as well. Motion for that? Okay, motion by Bowles to allow the chamber to have the necessary city street closures on Friday, December 1st, from beginning of parade time to the conclusion of the parade. Fair enough. Second by Mike. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
They also want me to let you know that the following Saturday is the Christmas Caravan. I think there's a few that has participated in that, where they decorate the cars up, and they drive around and parade through town for about 2 hours. I usually lead them around, for a majority of that. Or I'm going to find somebody too this year. It was a long drive last year, but they like to.
They stretched it out last year.
Yeah, so I don't know what they plan for this year, but that's the night. The following Saturday is when they're doing that.
December 9th.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of different streets involved in that.
Yeah,
It's not really closing
We're
anything.
not closing streets, it's just
Permission
parade
to use
through there. It's in vehicles and things like that, in most of the back streets.
So that's more of just be aware this is going to be taking place. I don't think we even need to give them permission to do it.
Right. That's what we've done before, it's just.
So you're just letting us know that we're going to do that.
There's two different, they're from the same company. One's an AED, Philips Heart Start, and there's also a Zoll AED Plus. We got some opinions on which one would be better. The AEDs, Zolls, they are better, an upgrade for them. Each one is $795 versus the $675. They actually do a whole lot more and do the shopping and things as needed for you without you having to do anything. It will do it for you. According to some medical people that said they would rather have those. I believe we were looking at
$795.
They're $795 a piece.
So you could buy up
10 of them.
You could buy up to 15 for your 12,000. So you're
We're
saying
not doing
10.
I think we're either doing 10 or 12. And it all comes in under budget.
The problem we had with the refurbishment we tried to buy for the pool was we can no longer get batteries for it.
These all have brand new batteries. These can be refurbished once again. These all have, that's what refurbishes them is the new batteries.
Right.
They all have it.
You just need a motion.
The old person, it's in the budget to purchase 12 of them.
If it's in budget.
Okay, motion to purchase 12 of the $795 versions of the AEDs.
Correct.
Motion by Faust, is there a second? Second by Honey, all in favor say aye. Opposed? Thanks.
Mr. Marlowe, can you bring that to review purchasing on that?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll go ahead. I have reached out to two different companies, two painters that we were talking about painting inside. We talked to Jennifer about getting the inside of the police department painted, the exterior painted and everything, and all in one. They gave me the name of another painter he's been trying. I never got anything on paper from him. I think last council meeting or one before that, we spoke about it. It was $32,000 for CertaPro to get it done. Talked with this guy, he's basically contracting out a lot of the other work, and just by word, he never has got anything put on paper, but just from word of mouth, he told me he's going to be in the area of 40 to get the same job done.
Is it for the outside or the
Inside and outside.
inside?
And all the wallboard repairs and things like that, and water damage repairs and things like that to get those fixed.
Was that
So-
included with CertPro? I mean,
All that's also included CertPro. In fact, it's their bid was very detailed as to what they're going to do as we went through it. I can still add some things out if I want to, but the total cost of what they're doing is $32,000. Talked with Jennifer, the budget was amended for that. That to go ahead and have that done, I'd like to go ahead and get that scheduled.
From CertPro. Make a motion to move forward with CertPro to get police station painted.
Okay, motion by Faust, second by Martin, all in favor say aye. Opposed?
Last but not least, we we've had our ad paper for an officer. I have one officer, only one officer that's put in the bid. We have put the word out to the surrounding academies, none are graduating. I have an officer that I think that I can make work. I've talked to him several times. I would like to just make a recommendation to hire him, starting time. He can start tomorrow, whenever I call him. I want him to. He is a certified police officer, well versed on our reporting system. He knows our streets. He's worked for county before. After speaking with him and the troubles, some of the troubles that he's had before, I think we can get past that and offer him a job. Starting salary rate to start with.
Motion to, before we have a gentleman's name.
Oh, Jay Howard, I'm sorry.
Jay Howard. Yeah. So he applied through the recent ad that was published, turned in an application, you've met with him, had conversations with him, and he's interested in the position, and you feel that he might be a good candidate.
Correct. I know in the past there's been talk about making people start with a contract. If we want to have them sign a contract or have them come up with a contract that we sign for a 1 year, 2 year contract for an officer to stick with us, we can, he's willing to sign it.
I don't think we formally have anything like that in place, but it's, I know he'd be agreed.
They're gonna get the police committee recommendations in a little bit.
Should we wait before we hire this guy then, or?
Okay. His starting pay may, it's part of the problem that we have.
Well, we don't want to hire him at 40,000 if it might change, so maybe we should have that conversation. Because you budgeted $40,000, and
That's
the
just the starting salary.
correct. So I don't know, council. I mean, if you're, go ahead. I mean,
Well,
we need to figure that out now.
one of the things that we discussed was there's a 15% gap in pay there for starting pay. Somebody who has schooling, he's most certified, has experience, don't know how many years experience he has.
Just a few.
Just a few.
3 or 4.
That would be like 5% over the 40,000.
He's ex-military though, right? He was an MP.
I believe so.
Yeah. He's got military police
So
behind him.
now, some of the recommendations that I won't even say recommendations, some of the discussion that we need to have is, are we gonna hire these guys with the experience at starting fresh rookie right out of the academy rates, and then 3 years later lose them because they're not making enough money? That's one of the problems we have right now.
Dave, I think because they need to get that position filled,
Yeah.
I think if he's willing to start for that, we go ahead and hire him, and we continue to work on what we talked about, and we can always raise him up later. The guy just needs a job.
Yeah.
And, he's willing to come to work for that.
Well, the other thing was the contract. It costs about $3,000 to outfit an officer. And if you get a guy in and he gets disgruntled and he's gone in 6 months, we're up $3,000. So we talked about 1 to 2 year contract with a new guy coming in. And if he leaves 1 day early, he pays all that.
How does that work, Lance?
Every other police department in the county does.
Does the agreement? They're not enforceable. You can write them all you want to, they're not enforceable.
The one in Owensville was when we had to buy Gilda's contract.
I think we just
Told you
did
the
that.
same thing then.
We did that out of the.
I told you, you guys chose to do it.
Yeah,
I told you it's not an enforceable agreement.
yeah.
It's whatever
Well,
you-
we currently have no such type of contract in place,
Yeah.
so that would need to be created before it can be.
It is largely a bluff.
It's not down, but it's out.
Well, my
Well,
recommendation,
just to clarify, we're not paying out for uniforms or anything like that. And like Lance said, you can't. His agreement is out of the academy because they already paid up front for some of his academy
yeah.
stuff, his police academy for
Talking
some
about
of that
Dillon?
stuff.
Talking about Dildan?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we were buying it so Dildine didn't have to.
Yeah.
So he would leave there down here.
Anyway, my recommendation would be to hire him. If we decide to raise the pay in the future, then, who's gonna turn down pay raise?
Yeah.
But right now, we need to fill that position. We've only got one as long as it's been, we've only got one application, he's gonna come to work. My recommendation would be to go ahead and hire him, and we can have that discussion on another day.
So you're making a formal motion
To
to hire Jay Howard as
Jay Howard at the starting pay, and, that, the rest of that, I guess, ain't part of my motion. but
I agree.
That's just me and Dave talking.
Is there a second to hiring Jay Howard at entry level?
I'll say,
Second by Martin. All in favor say aye. Any opposition? And we'll extend the position to the individual.
could I ask, did we ever get that, posting on Indeed or any of the other resources that she's with us?
No, maybe still work.
It's going to be in fact from here on out.
Okay.
So I wanted to go with this one and we did not have it set up.
And it's not just police, it's every city.
Right, I get that, I just wanted to get that happening.
What else you have for us, chief?
That's all.
Anything for Doug? Thank you, sir. Couple bills tonight. First one, bill number 2116. Is there a motion for the first reading? Motion by Grady, second by Holt. All in favor say aye. Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into an agreement with Fortress Security and Alarms for the installation of a security system.
For the first reading, is there a motion to accept? Motion by Mouse. Second by Grady. Poll the council, please.
Bass.
Yes.
Holt. Grady.
Yes.
Tony. Martin.
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Okay, first reading moves with vote 6-0. Is there a motion for the second reading?
Motion.
Motion by Bouse, second by Grady. All in favor say aye. Opposed? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into an agreement with Fortress Security and Alarms for the installation of a security system.
For the second reading, is there a motion to accept? Motion by Holt, second by Bouse. Poll the council, please.
Copeland.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Tony. Grady. Holt. Bass.
Okay, bill number 2116 moves, and that is now special ordinance 895. Motion for the first reading, bill 2117. Motion by Bouse, second by Grady. All in favor say aye. Opposed? First reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract with PJ Myers Hauling and Excavating for services related to the clean out of a city lake.
For the first reading, is there a motion to accept? Motion by Bouse, second by Holt. Poll the council, please.
Bass.
Yes.
Holt.
Yes.
Grady. Tony. Martin.
Yes.
Copeland.
Yes.
Very good. For the first reading moves with vote 6-0. Is there a motion for the second reading?
Second.
Motion by Grady, second by House. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Second reading, please.
An ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Cuba, Missouri, on behalf of said city, to enter into a contract with PJ Myers Hauling and Excavating LLC for services related to the cleanup of the city lake.
You have heard the second reading. Is there a motion to accept? Motion by Holt, second by Grady. Poll the council, please.
Copeland. Martin.
Yes.
Tony. Grady. Holt. Bass.
Yes.
Okay, second reading moves. Bill number 2117 is now special ordinance 896. Mr. Copeland, what do you have for us this evening?
I just want to thank the park for throwing Halloween in his park. Y'all did an awesome job, a lot of kids.
Yes.
I know they really enjoyed it. I hope y'all stop by and see what they were doing. I mean, it was awesome. Kids and mom, dad, they loved it. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
That's all I have.
Can I do it again next year?
Yes, so it will be bigger and better.
Yes, very good. Love it. Ms. Debbie?
I just have one thing that I'm aware of, maybe all of you are too, but just for clarity, the warehouse portion of the Metco building, if you haven't seen the structural problems over there, have you seen them?
I'm not.
Bad stuff. There are jams, I guess you would call them, or partitions that have totally bowed out, the floors are separated, tiles broken, multiple places. And I don't know if that's something that we need to have our insurance people come and look at, just in case it's, I don't know really what our insurance covers, but it's gonna be a pricey fix. It's almost like there's a sinkhole or something that it's falling into, it's very bad.
You should probably have some sort of structural engineer go view it and
Yeah,
give the thoughts.
it's Jackie said he'd seen it.
Yeah. It was like that whenever Metco was in there.
Well, I don't think it was that.
The building was in bad shape.
Well, maybe, but I mean, those things are new, because I've been back in that,
Oh, okay.
that area, and, Jerry.
I'll stop and
showed
look
it.
at it.
It's serious.
We've had structural engineers in the past come look at like the firehouse wall and things like that, so maybe we can talk to Jennifer about getting some funding and then maybe try to make a motion to have a certified structural engineer go do a tour of the facility and bring us back a report.
Yeah.
Probably not a bad idea.
It's like an earthquake.
If there's any imminent danger, then yeah, we need to find out about that, for sure.
That's all.
Mr. Homey?
Well, to finish out that committee meeting, it appears, and I'm not saying this is true, but it appears in my research that the police department was not kept up with the steps, the pay steps, when the rest of the city employees were. I don't know why that is, I don't know what happened.
I can't see that's true.
Well,
Because
numbers aren't the same.
we moved the starting pay from 35 to 40,000. That was one thing we did, that was a significant jump. Then we had another officer position not filled, that salary was divided out and given amongst the remaining officers. And then any year that there was a cost of living or a raise increase given, the police received it.
I got a list of all the police officers.
But
how much money they make?
if they were hired
Doesn't
in,
equal.
if they were hired in at entry level, then it would not equate to somebody that had been here for 15 years. Or had 15 years prior previous experience.
No, that's not even.
That's not it? Okay.
We need the committee to get together and go over it.
I've always said, if we're dealing with salaries and money, it should be the whole council, not just a committee making that.
Well, we've got to present it to them, though. We're not making a decision, we just be presenting it to them.
We need the whole council and Jennifer's input on anything to do with the salaries and the money. That's my recommendation.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree.
If you want to meet with me, Friday evenings aren't good, and it has to be after 4 o'clock. And we're getting ready to get into the time whenever, I don't know when I'll get home. So, just let me know when, and I'll let you know if I can be there.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
we will be bringing a proposal to the board.
Okay.
Okay? We got the numbers, everything down.
For police salaries or city employee salaries or
Yeah, no,
to be
we're
determined?
gonna be fair, we're gonna be fair about it. What it's gonna be is, the job study, the raise study that we had and get that back in place.
Mhm.
I'd like to bring it back to the board and let them think about it. We kind of threw it away, we paid $17,000, $20,000 for this study, we had experts to do it. We didn't follow it, I felt we should follow it, I know I'm gonna vote no. So I'm gonna bring that to the board, let the board decide, should we follow the study? If we follow the study, we're good. We have a study to be working on next year, we can follow that study next year. If not, we're gonna get enough study, everything, so Jennifer's working some numbers to bring back to you. If we back to work, we'll let the board know. Jennifer will.
We shall stay tuned. Very good. Anything else, sir? Horn?
No.
Curtis? Jeff?
I do have something.
Go for it.
I've had several people ask me about the airport. We spent all that money getting all that timber cleared out and it's brush hog, it's growing back up. The airplane on the pole, the brush is growing up under it. The Mosby Field sign is getting brush growing up in front of it. If we're not careful, it's gonna get away from us again, and it's gonna be pretty expensive to brush hog that again.
Right.
So we might need to look into what we need to do on that. One guy said that you could probably hire a company to come here and spray all that. That would, would kill all that stuff. Because it is pretty rocky. And I was working at Wade's when that was going on, and they were buying parts all the time, because when they were taking that out, they were breaking stuff. So we do need to look into that. So I told the people that drive by there that saw all the work we did, and that's why we're letting it grow back up. So,
Yeah, that was kind of outside of
I
mind,
know
but
you're probably on the airport committee.
Yeah, but I'm not on the ground, so I don't know. I mean, I'm not aware how long ago has it been since it was maintained?
In a couple of years since we cleaned it out, hasn't it?
yeah,
I know the FAA has rules on how high that stuff can be.
exactly.
I don't know if we're getting into that yet or not.
And there's grant money involved in getting it cleared out the first time. But, I mean, if it's as simple as our guys maintaining
Yeah.
an area, if you're,
We should at least go clean up around the airplane and around the sign,
sure.
so,
We'll see if Jerry and his guys can do that.
yeah, that's all.
It's not possible for them to get in
Asked
there.
to bring it up, and that brought it up.
Very good. Ms. Laney, anything?
Jerry Montgomery brought in some updates for the council. He said the new furnaces at Breckline are going to be installed at the end of this week. The fence and the gate have been installed and repaired down at the sport complex. Said all the city buildings and bathrooms have been winterized except the main bathroom at Hood Park since the weather's still nice. But he said once it gets cold, he will winterize it before it freezes. And he said the bathroom at the old Metco building has been repaired. So he just wanted you guys to know of his updates.
Well, tell them thank you for that.
His repairman is
Good.
Sounds like it.
Good. That's what we hired him for. Be busy. One thing I have, council, is to look at our next November meeting. Normally that would fall on the 21st, the third Tuesday. I do believe there might be some Thanksgiving conflicts that evening. So I was thinking about maybe just moving the next November meeting to the Tuesday the 28th. But wanted to have a conversation about it. One, see if that's okay with Lance, is okay with you guys. We will only have one December meeting due to the holidays. That's usually how we do it. So probably ought to get another November meeting in. Doug gave us some paperwork tonight we can have on the agenda for approval. We might have those tree trimming bids ready, as well as I'm sure there'll be some bills to be paid. Does anybody know as they're here right now, would Tuesday the 28th, same time, same place work? Or does everybody know for a fact that would not work?
Works for me.
Okay. Council, are you guys want to be back from your vacation trip, Thanksgiving trips by Tuesday the 28th?
Yeah, I fly out 3 o'clock Thursday morning, so.
Okay. Yeah, are you good?
I'm good.
Okay, Kevin, any issues as far as you know, as you sit here?
I'm good today.
I know Mike has been on your work schedule, you guys feel good, and same with you.
Yeah.
But as far as you know, we can probably try to do it. All right, so just everybody keep that in mind, and you're okay with that?
I can do 28.
Okay.
Are you,
Yeah, that's fine. So we'll just plan for this next meeting to be Tuesday the 28th at 6 p.m. That'll get us through into our final December meeting.
So in December, are we meeting the 12th?
On
Because if
both.
we are, I need to let Park Board know because they switched their dates.
Okay.
So then we would have to ask you guys if you can switch your dates for us.
When are you guys holding your meeting in December?
Usually we do the third, the second Tuesday. You
So-
guys do first and third, we do second.
So I was actually want to ask, are you guys having a December meeting? Because I know in the past sometimes they've skipped some winter months. Do you know? Has that yet? Okay.
Well,
But I imagine we'd be fine with it.
yes, sir, Lance.
Are we thinking December 12th?
We were originally thinking that, yeah, kind of middle of the month.
Because that works for me as well, but if we're gonna do that, I'd like to get that on here right away.
We're probably gonna have to steal that time and date. So I'll let Park Board know if they do wanna have a meeting prior to that, because if they have any recommendations they need to bring to us that are important to be passed, you guys, might go goodbye, without having one or whatever you need to do. Sorry to be an inconvenience. But yes, we'll go ahead, council, and plan on December 12th, Tuesday, December 12th at 6 p.m. for our December meeting. And then it's that time of year, so. Fair enough? Good?
Good, I'm good.
Okay, motion to adjourn. Motion, both for your action. Second by Holt. All in favor, say aye.